Welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore and Schitt's Creek. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Sherry.
And today we are discussing episodes 4 and 5 of Schitt's Creek, and these episodes are titled Bad Parents and The Cabin. They were directed by Jerry Ciccariti again and Paul Fox, and then written by Kevin White and Amanda Walsh. So we're going to start with episode 4, Bad Parents. And our first segment is always a brief emotional prelude, which is our reaction to the cold open. So what did you think?
Sorry. I am loving the show. They realize that they have failed as parents and they don't really know their kids as people. It's more like accessories that they've all been kind of living in this opulent house together, but they don't really know who one another is. And so this whole episode kind of dives into that and in many hilarious ways.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I could totally relate to this cold open because Johnny is trying to hang his clothes up and David has filled the whole closet with all of his t-shirts. And we hang up just about everything in our house. There's very little that we fold and put away. And so I could totally relate to it. It was very funny. And Johnny's like, get your clothes out of here. You got to figure out somewhere else to put them.
Yeah.
So let's go to initial impressions with feeling. I'm going to share one episode summary of episode 4. So Alexis does community service with Mutt while Stevie convinces David to sell his clothes, and Moira and Johnny contemplate whether or not they're bad parents after they realize they don't know their children's middle names. Whew,
Emma.
If I were to say Anna, would that mean something to you?
Elsbeth.
What?
Yeah. And I think it just goes to really reiterate how disconnected this family is. They're used to living together, but separately. So now they're in such close proximity that they're right under each other's thumbs the whole time, but yet they don't know really anything about one another. And so they're total strangers.
Yeah. Yep. One of my standout moments from this episode was definitely when Stevie takes David to the thrift shop, which I guess it must have been like Plato's Closet where you're supposed to sell your clothes to them, that kind of
like
situation.
A consignment.
Because most thrift shops I've been to, you just drop your stuff off and leave. You don't get anything for it. And he yells at her like, do I look like I shop at on Canal Street? And she's like, no, I guess not. Like this is some terrible thing. But Canal Street is known for having the knockoff designer stores, and he would never. Right?
No, he thought he could fully get $850 for a pair of pants. And she said, that's more than my car is worth. He was not surprised at all by that. But he was surprised that Schitt's Creek patrons are not going to pay big bucks for his clothes.
Yeah, and when he's like, these shoes are inlaid with vulcanized rubber, the thrift shop owner's like, okay.
I don't care.
I don't.
Okay, $2.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
What was a standout moment for you in this episode?
It was when Moira was filling out the community service paperwork for Alexis. And she's almost all done. And then she said, oh, Alexis, I need you to fill out the rest of this. And she's like, it's all filled out except for my middle name. Oh, yeah, just write that in there. She's like, do you not know my middle name? Of course I do. And that's when she goes on to it's Emma. Elsbeth.
But it's so interesting because she's filling out the paperwork for her fully grown adult daughter. So she cares a little bit more than she shows, right? Because she's making sure that her daughter fulfills her community service from being a felon. And, if you really didn't care, you wouldn't do that, right? So
right. But also in the course of this conversation, they come to realize that they don't know David's middle name either.
Nope.
It's like, not that we're disconnected, but your dad will forget all the birthdays. And I just
Oh, yeah.
always have them written down on every calendar and I transfer them every year. And so it's always in my head. But he's like, what year was Jessica born?
Well, I think it's very common in a lot of families for the women to carry a lot of the mental load as
Mhm.
far as knowing all those things. But
Yeah.
in this family, like kind of neither of them are doing that.
Mhm.
So they're carrying the mental load of their own individual careers and things,
Yeah.
but they're equally, I think, all a little bit selfish
Mhm.
or a lot bit selfish.
Yeah.
So yeah. You I'm trying to think. Oh, I think we talked about this last week actually. But did you catch where they got their fortune? Did you catch it in last week's episode?
Was it media or something?
Rose Video. So they own a video rental
Right.
chain,
Yeah.
which is so funny because like that would make you no money
No.
now. But
No. But back in the day, Blockbuster
yeah. Yep,
and
for
Moira
sure.
was a soap opera star,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sunrise Bay. Okay, so I do have a question for you for this episode. If you
Okay.
needed to sell your clothing for money,
Mhm.
what piece would bring you the most money and what would be the hardest to part with?
Oh gosh. I don't have expensive clothes. I buy yoga
No.
pants on Amazon. Would bring me the most money. Not can't think of anything. I have a collection of Reebok sneakers that I got on clearance. I have a pleather jacket from Nordstrom, but that's really I don't have anything that I would go to I'd be the girl going to Plato's Closet and they'd be saying, "No, no, no." And
Yeah.
I'd be crying because I
Mhm.
love it. But really, I don't have anything that's worth a lot of money, and anything that would be hard to part with, um, probably anything that belonged to family, like my grandma I have my grandma's wedding dress. My wedding dress, I don't care about. I shoved it
Oh.
in a food saver bag. It's all yellow. It's not cute anymore. At the time, it was, epic for the '80s, but it's got these huge
But you didn't
puffy
even really
sleeves.
like it, did you?
It's not the one I wanted, no,
Yeah.
no, but that was a different time when I listened to my mom all the time, and whatever she said goes. She's paying for it. I shoulda just bought my
Yeah.
own.
Uh,
What about
yeah,
you?
I I am the same. I don't buy the most expensive things I have are like bras, and
Mhm.
who wants to buy my
Who's gonna buy my
bras?
used bras?
But I do have a pair of Hannah Anderson pajamas that are retail probably like $200. I got them on sale, but they're
Mhm.
still more than I would typically spend on a pair of pajamas.
Yeah.
But they're also my favorite thing I own. So I could probably get
Oh,
the most money for them, and also I would want to. They're
right.
Polar Express, and I'm obsessed with them. So
Oh,
I
you wore
wear them.
them on the cruise?
Yeah, I wear them
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 times a week. They're full
Uh-huh.
flannel pajamas. I wear them in Texas because I love
Yeah. Yeah, I
them.
would have a harder time parting with things like jewelry because I have some things that were passed down through
Mhm,
the family. But
mhm.
as far as clothes, it's like, whatever. If I lost them all tomorrow, no big deal. I'll just get
Yeah,
on Amazon and order some more.
yeah. I do really like my wedding dress. My prom dress would be hard for me to part with, but I don't think it's really worth any money because it's really not in fashion anymore. But
Oh, it's
damn, I
such a
love that
cool prom
dress.
dress.
Oh, it's so
I don't even know
cool.
what happened to mine. I think I left it at my parents' house and
Now
my
got
mom
rid
put
of
it
it.
in the dress up box and then she got rid of it. Yeah.
I remember she told us when she moved to Arizona, she got rid of it. I was like, "What?"
Why didn't you tell me? Not like it would fit ever again, but and not like I would ever wear it ever again, but
I
it was
wore that
fabulous
for
for the time.
yeah, I wore that for a talent show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Felt like
that's
Scarlett
right.
O'Hara.
With a little parasol. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it had the print of like a couch on it, big flowers, but I loved
Yes.
that dress at the time.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful. All right, so Moira Core for this episode, we have a list of 5 different things from Moira Core, and we each pick one every week. So the choices are line delivery, wigs, facial acting, emotional beats, and Catherine O'Hara brilliance. I chose line delivery this week, and it's when she says, Alexis looked Chinese as an infant. How many times must I defend myself? Like, all babies have that like squinty look, so I understand what she is saying, but I'm just like, oh, I can just imagine Moira being the person who like has a surrogate because she doesn't even want to bother with being pregnant. Not because she really needs it, but because she's just like, I cannot be bothered with this.
Yeah. Well, I also happened to choose line delivery, and it was when Alexis was questioning why she doesn't know. Moira doesn't know her middle name. And Moira says, most of the time we have no interest in what's going on with you. And Johnny says, no idea. She means no idea what's going on with you. And it's like, she's not trying to be mean, but she's just like letting her inner monologue take the mic.
Yeah. Well, and she says most of and all of the time, we're not interested in what's going on with you.
Yeah.
So funny. Oh, gosh. Yeah. So you can tell Johnny's just used to this dynamic and he just, tries to be the nicer one. But it's also hard for him because they've kind of shoved their kids into boarding schools and into someone else raising them as long as they can pay for it. And now they're left with these adult babies that they have to deal with.
They have no idea how to adult.
Yeah. All right. Our last segment for this episode is A Whisper of Humanity, which is where we determine whether this episode was more heart or more humor. What do you think?
I put heart hidden inside kind of cringy humor because, not knowing your own child's name. Moira's still trying to figure out Alexis' middle name. And, she triumphantly exclaims, Emma, your middle name is Emma. Of course, it's wrong. So that's when she goes off on Elizabeth, Anna. So she's trying, but at the same time, it's laughable because why wouldn't you know your own kid's middle name?
Yeah.
And it's because they've been so disconnected for so long.
Yep, absolutely. And she's probably had help to fill out any paperwork or take them to the doctor or anything that needed to be done that a parent would typically do. They probably just paid to have someone else do.
She's got people for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think that there definitely was some heart in here because even though Alexis and David are joshing around, you can tell that they are a little bit hurt by the fact that their parents have no idea what their middle names are. I don't know if we ever hear David's middle name, but I know we do find out what Alexis's middle name is eventually. But it's some ways down the line before we hear it. Okay, so let's move on to episode 5, which is The Cabin. And we'll start with a brief emotional prelude, which is our reaction to the cold open. I just said insane. I don't know what other parents do. Obviously, my kids are little, but our kids are constantly banging on our door. Always. Let me in. I need something right now. Let me in right now, or I'm going to kick it down. Can you see my fingers? My fingers are under here. Can you see?
I don't have that, but I have the cat. If the door is closed and there's music playing.
I don't remember
want to be bothered.
Yeah, I don't remember ever doing that to you guys. I remember knowing if the music was on loud, just leave it alone. Don't ask questions. Just walk away. Yeah. Maybe we did, though. Maybe we banged on the door and I just have blocked it out. I don't know.
Not really. Unless you were really, really little and you were toddlers and, you had to get up and use the bathroom or something. But no, you guys were pretty intuitive when it came to that kind of thing.
My kids are not.
I did walk in on my parents once, and this is a visceral memory because this was in our first house when we lived in Des Moines, and I was little. I didn't know what was going on, but now that I think back on it, I remember the blanket my mom grabbed really quick and threw it on herself. I mean, it was full nudie show.
Well, I think it's different
in the living room.
Oh, in the living room?
In the living room.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't do that.
This is a whole other vision of your Nana and Bumpa.
Oh God. I think it's worse though in this situation of the show where like they're full adults and like, knock. Yeah, I know this door doesn't work, but like, knock. It's your
Yeah,
parents' room. Like,
exactly.
it just feeds into the idea, the obliviousness of it all, that they just
Yeah.
have no clue
I
until
have no
they
idea they're
see
normal people.
what's happening right in front of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
and when David says, this is kind of my initial impression when David says, shame on you and shame on you for trying that position at 8 in the morning. Oh my God.
You saw too much.
Yeah. It's not just his horror of seeing them together. He has to critique the way that they're together.
Yes. Uh, oh, so if you didn't already figure it out, this episode synopsis is when Johnny and Moira use the mayor's cabin for the night, Alexis and David throw a party. And the reason they have to use the cabin for the night is because their children have walked in on them during an intimate moment.
No
And
privacy.
and although we don't see it on camera, it's alluded to the fact that this has happened multiple times. They have no privacy, yeah, because they're sharing 2 motel rooms.
Yeah.
So, okay. What was a standout moment for you? Is that the one you just said?
Um, well, I guess it's when they go to the cabin. So Roland has offered generously offered his love shack for them to use, and he tells them how to get there. You know, it's you go down this windy road and you turn here, blah blah blah. The key's under the mat. They get there, the key's not under the mat, and as soon as they don't find the key, I'm like, oh, this is bad. They're not at the right place.
Because Johnny
So,
wrote down no instructions. He's just like, yeah, I understand. I'll be at the
yeah,
right place.
yeah, I got this. So they climb in the window. They help themselves to the bedroom and realize that later that they're not in the right cabin, that it belongs to Bob and Gwen, who come home during the middle of this tryst and
Yes.
just sit on the couch and wait it out for them to finish.
Oh, God. It's so awful. Can you imagine this happening to you? So terrible.
Awful.
Yeah. So obviously the whole episode is hilarious, but towards the end, the main problem is that there's no privacy, and a big reason for that is that the door between the 2 adjoining rooms doesn't lock, right? So towards the end of the episode, Johnny is trying to fix it, and he's pretending to be like a handyman, but he's using this like super creepy, weird voice, and he keeps calling Moira Mrs. Rose,
They're like role playing.
but he's role playing. He's like, gee, Mrs. Rose, I don't know what to do. I'm like, are you like a 12-year-old boy? Like, this is very weird. This is so weird. And you find, like, while you're watching the scene, apart from the humor, it's also like, wow, he literally has no idea how to fix this door. And he's just like screwing nails into the door over and over. Maybe I need a longer nail. I'm like, even I know that that's not going to help you close the door
No.
unless you're just going to nail it shut or screw it shut.
Yeah.
So, oh gosh, yeah.
And then Alexis opens it and just blows through what he's just fixed.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, gee, I guess I need a longer one. I don't know. I did not have a question for this one. Did you have any questions?
Let's see. Oh, yes, I did. Johnny and Moira confidently walk into a stranger's cabin thinking it's the one they're supposed to be at. Have you ever accidentally walked into the wrong hotel room, the wrong car in the parking lot, something like that?
I have not, but one time I was buckling Felicity into her car seat and a woman got into my front seat of my car.
Oh, jeez.
She just opened the door and hopped in, and I was like, excuse me. And she looks around. She's like, oh my God, this isn't my car. I'm like, nope, it's not. She was mortified. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I was just like, what? Okay, do I need to unbuckle her quickly and get out of here? Like, what's going on? It was this person. And she just probably clicked her car unlocked and saw mine and thought, oh, that's my car. Okay, great. I'm going to get in. And,
oh my gosh. I would have been panicking thinking she's trying to carjack or something.
Yep. So what about you?
Not specifically gone to the wrong car or room or anything, but there was a time that your dad I think he dropped me off at Marshall's, and he was going
Mm-hmm.
to go and get coffees for us while I went in and grabbed something. And he said, I'll just meet you in the parking lot. Well, I get out in the parking lot, and there are like 4 of the same car that we have. And I'm like, which one? I'm wandering around. And he was watching me the whole time. What are you doing? I'm like, there's 4 other of
Yeah,
our
which
car
one?
here.
I don't want to go up to the wrong one. The windows are very
Yeah,
tinted.
exactly. Hop in the wrong side on the passenger
Oh
seat.
my gosh. Yeah, that's why I don't like being driven anywhere. I like to just drive myself.
Hmm.
It
And
makes
I'm
me.
very much a creature of habit. Like if I go to Costco, I park by the tire center because I always know
Mhm.
that's where I am. And if I have any trouble, the tire center is right there. There's people that'll hear me scream if something should
Mhm.
happen. And I don't park way out in the boonies. If I go to Target, I park in the same area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I know I'll be wandering around. Oh, I parked here last time. I didn't park here this time.
Yeah, I'll get in the store and then I'll realize, crap, I didn't take notice of where I parked.
Hmm.
So then I'll ask the kids, do you guys remember where I parked? Because I don't.
Buy a green truck.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you so
Yeah, if I
much.
go to the mall, I always park near Nordstrom because it feels safer.
Yes. Always. Yep. I do the
Yeah.
same thing. Yep.
Mhm.
Even here, I'll park near Nordstrom. And usually, granted, that parking lot is less busy because it's a
Mhm.
higher end place. It's more expensive.
Yeah.
Less people are shopping there. I'm not shopping there. I'm just walking through.
Mhm.
That's
And I
all I'm
never
doing.
park at Macy's because I had, like, in the early 2000s, late 90s, I had a recurring dream that I was walking outside of Macy's and I got shot in the stomach and I died at
Oh my
Tacoma Mall.
gosh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And there was one time when I actually, in my sleep, felt the bullet go in my stomach. I woke up in an absolute panic. So and on the back side of Macy's. So I absolutely never park there because I'm afraid I'm going to get shot.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrible.
I used to park there all the time because it's right next to the Massage Envy. So when I would go in there to do
Oh,
audits with them, I would park at Macy's all the time because
yeah.
parking there is tight. It's
Mhm.
very slim.
Yeah.
All right. So let's look at Moira Core. And I just realized I didn't pick anything for this episode. So
Oh,
it's all you, babe.
I did. I picked emotional beats.
Okay.
And because in the cabin, I feel like we see kind of a softer side of Moira. This time she's laughing and flirting and actually relaxing with Johnny. She kind of
Mm-hmm.
loses some of that Moira stiffness. And it kind of reminds the audience that the Roses were, a couple and a family before they were the town joke. So I liked seeing
Yes.
that little bit softer side.
Yep. I totally agree. Yeah. And she's in her little nightie, which is
Hmm.
more skin than I think we'll see the rest of the show. And obviously also we're seeing their embarrassment of like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And they don't even bother to try to go to Roland's cabin. They just go home. They're like, we're not,
Yeah. Hmm.
we're not doing this. Okay. For A Whisper of Humanity, was this episode more heart or more humor for you?
I felt like it was more heart
Mm-hmm.
because, after this humiliation at Bob and Gwen's cabin, even though it's a really crappy motel, it feels more like a sanctuary. This is now their new home. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of the moment that they realize it's the only place that they feel truly safe. And you see them kind of evolving as a family and
Yeah.
slowly getting to know one another more
Mm-hmm.
than they did before.
For sure. Yeah. I think overall the episode is more heart, but I couldn't help but laugh just at the fact that Bob and Gwen are just hanging out in the living room while Johnny and
Fully
Moira
knowing.
and they're respectful, but they're also like Bob is getting in a few jabs. It's like, oh, you had some trouble getting going there, didn't you? It's like, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine saying that to somebody. So,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. Well, I am looking forward to episode 6 and 7. I have not watched them yet, but these episodes really reminded us how much the Rose family has to learn and the growth that they've already experienced.
Mhm.
So, next week, like I said, we're watching episodes 6 and 7. And until our next engagement,
Adieu.
goodbye.